Yo, what up? Previously, there were 3 salute videos. The bud is back. Good evening, everyone. What's up? Ate a satisfying meal, topped it off the amazing dessert. This is Mr. Honda speaking. Today is a rant on Timmy's dad from the Fairly Odd Parents with special Skype guest Tower TriStar 2 is back and Duncan Pictures. Ugh, Timmy's dad is so dumb. He's as dumb as Patrick Star. Who?
That is right.
How on earth does Timmy's dad even have a job? If he dropped out of 5th grade, he wouldn't even have a white-collar job. He was so irresponsible that...
Yeah, just like I'm actually in 8th grade. I'm almost in 9th grade.
He's one of the most irresponsible parents
I
in
never
history.
dropped out, so I am much smarter than this person.
Yeah, obviously.
I mean, than this character I met.
How on earth did he drop out 5th grade yet he has a white-collar job? That doesn't make any sense at all. Nothing was explained. How does one get... Well, he is white-collar because he wears a white shirt and tie, but how on earth does he even have a job like that if he has no educational value whatsoever?
And it doesn't make any sense.
That makes 0 sense. 0. Timmy's dad. Alright. How on earth does he even have a job, period? He is that irresponsible. He couldn't even stand at McDonald's for a day. He'd get fired from McDonald's. He's so irresponsible. Ugh. And like, look at his character design. He looks like a stick pencil. He looks like a pencil. That's what he looks like. No, he actually looks exactly like a pencil. Ugh. Well, the character designs in that show suck anyway, because all the characters have barely any features on them. That's beside the point, though. How on earth does Timmy's dad even have Timmy in his house still? If he is that irresponsible, Timmy would have been taken away and sent to another person's house. And Timmy's dad is so naive and is as blind as a bat. In that one episode of Farm Pit, he thought that Timmy was a scarecrow. And he is so naive that he doesn't even know what's going on at all. He's like, oh this, oh that. He thinks everything's a big joke when it's not. Ugh. Timmy's dad is so annoying. And plus, his silly obsessions are what make him annoying, irritating, and exasperating, if that word even is appropriate for this. Well, he probably is exasperating, because he's very annoying and angers the living daylights out of people. Ugh. This character has to be the dumbest character in the whole show of Fairly Odd Parents. He makes Uncle Grandpa actually look intelligent. That is how dumb this character is. Even Uncle Grandpa probably graduated high school. This character wouldn't even survive in high school. This character would be, bam, kicked out in a few days. No, he would be failing every class. He'd probably even be failing gym class because of how irresponsible he is. But he'd be even failing out of middle school. Heck, he doesn't know anything. He barely even knows how to write an essay. He doesn't know anything about anything. He probably doesn't know anything about science. He doesn't know anything about math. Or he probably barely knows anything outside of 5th grade.
And I'm probably the best at math in my class.
His vocab based in English is so limited that it seems like he's talking like a 3rd grader. What else? Oh yeah, he has no foreign language experience. And lastly, he literally knows almost nothing about social studies. Oh, he knows nothing about science. And he doesn't know one aspect of parenting. He doesn't know how to take care of Timmy. He doesn't know what is safe and what is dangerous. He doesn't know what's appropriate and inappropriate. He knows nothing about how to survive in the real world. Oh, he'd be shot by like somebody in Detroit right now if he was actually in real life. Yeah, Duncan?
Who is it you're talking about?
We're ranting on Timmy's dad from the Fairly Odd Parents.
Hold on, I need to go.
Okay, that's fine. We're gonna end the rant pretty soon anyway. But sorry that then call ended. to screw Timmy's dad in general. Sorry, Duncan hung up the call, but that's beside the point. Screw Timmy's dad.
Guys, yo, what up, people?
Timmy's dad is a waste of space. He cannot.
That is a waste of space.
He can't even do one job properly. He's literally even worse than Patrick Star at taking care of stuff.
Absolutely.
Even Uncle Grandpa could actually have a job, unlike him. And plus, any other dumb... He's even dumber than Barney.
Oh!
Well, he's as dumb as a boobah. That's how dumb he is.
Yeah, he is pretty dumb.
How on earth does he not realize that Timmy has got fairy godparents? How does he not realize that Timmy has fairies after all those episodes? That makes no sense. Is he that dumb that he doesn't even know what Timmy's doing behind his back? Parents are supposed to know what their kids do behind his back, and that he knows nothing about Timmy outside of when Timmy's with him.
That's garbage.
Ugh. He also looks ugly.
Absolutely.
Overall,
Actually,
Timmy's dad doesn't even deserve to have Timmy around him. He should be sent to the mental institution. He is almost as dumb as Mr. Noodle and almost as annoying as Elmo from Sesame Street.
Oh, ew.
Ugh. No wonder what. This is one aspect of how the Fairly Odd Parents is a bunch of dog vomit. That is just one aspect, but it's a pretty big aspect. That's why he's getting his own rant. Over his silliness, his unacceptable behavior, his dumb thoughts. This is what makes the character the most unlikable character in the whole show, and a big embarrassment to people who have white-collar jobs.
An embarrassment and a cliche.
Yes. This character is cliche.
The whole series.
This character just screws up every single time he has something to do. So screw this character. This character needs to go bye-bye. He is almost as bad as Poof.
Right?
Oh, he's as bad as Poof and Sparky and Timmy and a few other characters. Oh, all the characters are pretty much equally bad in Fairly Odd Parents. But this character is, an embarrassment to all the people who have white-collar office jobs. And repeat, an embarrassment to the people who actually have a high IQ. Because if he was to show up, they would all throw him out of the office and kick him out and never let him back in. And also, it is a slap in the face to people who actually have degrees. He doesn't even have a degree.
In general.
He doesn't even have a degree at all. Not even close. Or
doesn't even have a brain.
Oh, his brain's the size of a pea. That's what. Thank you so much. Almost forgot to say that. He and Patrick and Boobah, well, Boobahs don't even have brains at all. They're brainless. And Elmo, Dorothy, Mr. Noodle, and all those dumb characters, and even probably the Boobah characters all have brains the size of a pea. They probably have a brain the size of a grain of sand. That's how small their brains probably are. They wouldn't even make it. They'd probably be. They're so dumb. They wouldn't even get past the special ed. They barely even get past special ed classes if they even exist at one school. And the special ed classes are modified to a point that anybody, even a kindergartner, could do them. But that's beside the point. No offense to special ed either. Any last words to say on Timmy's dad?
He needs to go back all the way to elementary.
Oh, he needs to go to preschool. That's what.
Yes.
So.
Way back to preschool, all the way back to elementary.
He needs to go back to daycare. Well, anyway, let's forget that this character even exists. This character is the worst character that can be seen as having a white-collar job, a job in general. How does he even have his driver's license if he can't pay attention to his own son? How is he even married? Who would even want to live with that little scumbag? Well, anything else to say? We're ending this rant soon.
Not really.
With that, that's all there is to say on this rant on Timmy's dad from the Fairly Odd Parents. This is Tyler Tries to Tune Back and Mr. Hata signing out. Good night.